Well, I may have to speak quickly. Can't seem to get the space clear from my phone, but I hope I can really get my point across. But there is a topic that has kind of been on my heart for the past couple of weeks, and it's basically regarding women's health, which is something that I'm passionate about. Not only women, but Black women especially. I look around at my sisters sometimes, and I just want us to be healthy. I want us to be whole mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, and financially. That's oftentimes what I pray. I ask the Lord, please, please, Lord, and our prayers never go unheard. But another thing, like I want Black women to be loved right. And I'm not saying that there aren't Black women who aren't being loved right, who, I know some married Black women, my mother, some of my best friends, my sister-in-law is married to my brother. But those of us on the outside looking in, we don't really know what those couples go through to maintain those marriages. But for those of us who are single and desire to be married, I want us to receive the love that we do desire. But one way to continue to attract the right person is to continue to work on yourself and love yourself, which is something, I have been really teaching about over the last decade. And I can feel and I can see so much growth that has happened within me just in the last 10 years. For those of you who have been following me, I just feel so much more confident. There have been a lot of lessons that have come, and I'm really believing what the older women say about, once you hit 40, I feel good, y'all. Of course, I still have another couple months. But it's like the closer I get to 40, the more confident and assured I am in myself when it comes to my career, my knowledge, my experience, and when it comes to just loving myself. So that's one of my passions. I want to see Black women healthy. And so whatever you need to do to get to your healthy space, whether that's in your physical body, whether that's in your emotional body, if you need to seek out a therapist, which I've never had a therapist, and there's probably some men who need to seek out a therapist because of there are men who desire to have a wife and be married. They don't want to be out here hoeing it up and thotting it up, just like some of the women don't want to be out here hoeing it up and thotting it up. I don't know. That's your business, not mine. But my prayer is that whatever it is that you desire, that you are able to attract that into your life, and that you won't just settle for anybody, that you would be able to attract somebody that matches you. So that means you don't need somebody that's unavailable emotionally, physically, or who has somebody else. You don't need to be a side chick ever, never, at any age, but especially not, once you hit my age. I pray that, if you want a husband, that you're able to get your own husband. What else? I'm being kind of silly, but I want us to take care of ourselves, our body. But yeah, I want us to take care of ourselves, our bodies, our minds, our finances, our spirituality. It's not just about getting a man. It's about just being at peace and being whole within yourself. But even if you are in a relationship, or even if you are married, you got to take care of yourself. Whatever it is you did to get that man. But yeah, so whatever you did to get him, that's what you're going to have to do to keep him. If you prayed for him to get him, you're going to have to pray to keep him. But anyway, we also need to realize that men and women both come into relationships with their own trauma. So that's why it's important to show up as yourself. It's important to show up knowing yourself and who you are to that relationship, because if not, then you'll try to bend and become someone else for that relationship, or, just to make it work. So, when it comes to that trauma, that can come from past relationships, childhood and things of that nature. But again, I really just want Black women, because we have it hard. I ain't gonna lie, we do. We do. We have it hard in the workplace. We have it hard, amongst Black men. This is a conversation that needs to be had. Self-love. And that's just loving each other. So I hope I have made my point clear. Just wanted you all to know what was on my heart, and that my heart really goes out to us. I want us to be happy, and I want us to be loved. But more importantly, I want us to just love ourselves. So whether that knight in shining armor shows up or not, and it may happen for some of us later, at 40, 50, or even 60. Because once again, you have to come into the healing of yourself. Whatever your trauma is. I know that I have some trauma. I can only speak for myself. Being a daughter of a divorcee, which comes with its own, set of issues. So self-love is the way. And self-love is sexy and confident. If you meet a man or a woman that's just loving themselves, is confident. So just remember that. That's probably the sexiest thing you can put on as a man or a woman. Confidence and self-love. I love you guys. I'm signing off. Saturday Night Live. Good night.